Okay, you ready for the largest bone in your body? There it is. Ho ho. Okay. I think for the femur, what I'll do is like I did for the hand, is I'll just go over the parts and then I'll add on medical applications for these things. Okay, so I don't think you'll have a hard time being able to identify the femur disarticulated like this. The only other thing that you could possibly, I think, get it confused with is maybe the humerus, but it's just so darn long. I mean, it does have a head, like the head of the humerus has for a ball and socket joint, but then at the distal end, you can see it's got, no, that looks like that's a part of a knee, right? So, femur. Okay, so I've introduced you to just the basic what a femur looks like, and then you'll notice that it's got a lot of interesting parts to it, a lot of features, and let's head in and take a look at this. We'll start at the top here, and here's that obvious head of the femur that goes into the socket of the pelvis, the acetabulum, that I'll be telling you about in another little clip, a video clip. This is the neck of the head, and then we see these kind of lumpy things. And from our looking at bones, other kinds of bones, you might think, hey, are those tuberosities? And to you I say, sorry, no, they're trochanters. I don't know. The anatomists kind of pulled a little fast one on us there. So these are called trochanters, but there is a greater one and a lesser one. So greater up here and lesser. And then nearby the lesser trochanter, you might notice this. Now actually I particularly picked this femur because it had a very impressive what's called gluteal tuberosity. So here's a tuberosity. And so, and you might even guess what is inserting there. There's a muscle there, the gluteus maximus inserting there. And this one was very impressive. So maybe this person had a really nice butt. I don't know. The bone seems to say, so let's pretend. They had a really nice butt. We'll just say that. We've got this shaft of the femur, and then we've got this distal end. And this obviously is going to be making up part of the knee joint. We know it's going to be meeting with the tibia. So let's look at some of these parts. Well, those obvious parts are these condyles. That's satisfyingly the same, right? So this kind of nice, smooth condylar surface. Now, they get different names. You might guess, hey, it's going to be lateral and medial. And that's easy to figure out because you can just take a look at the head. You know that's going to be on the medial side. So then this is the medial condyle. This is the lateral condyle. You have an intercondylar fossa. Okay, cool stuff. Now, there's just two more structures. There we've got the epicondyles. And epi means kind of on top of, so on top of condyle. So there's, this again is the medial side. So this is the medial epicondyle of the femur. This is the lateral epicondyle of the femur. All right. All right, and then to think of some functional aspects of these things that we've learned on the femur, the head, not surprisingly, goes into the pelvis. It goes into the acetabulum. This is not a good fit. These are not the same people. The pelvis is too small for this femur, but you get the idea there. And the trochanter, we have the greater trochanter and the lesser trochanter. Not surprisingly, there are muscles that attach there. The greater trochanter, to consider muscles that we're learning, the vastus lateralis originates off of there. And then there's some gluteus muscles that also insert onto there. And thinking of how the femur, like if you had an insertion here on the lateral side of this top part of the femur, you can imagine it would, if you're kind of pulling on that, that you're going to be having your leg move more laterally. If it's getting pulled on here, kind of working like a little lever. And so it's the gluteus medius, the gluteus minimus. We'll be learning the medius on the cat, and those insert there. This, not surprisingly, we have gluteus maximus that is attaching here on that gluteal tuberosity. Then we have the condyles, the medial and the lateral condyles. Those obviously meet with the condyles for the tibia to make the knee joint. We have these epicondyles, remember those? And there are ligaments that attach there. We will be learning about the lateral collateral and the medial collateral ligaments, and they attach onto there and they help support the knee.